So his advice, right, is to figure out a way to take that step that would allow you to feel less helpless. So here we are applying these findings from 50, 70 some years ago that was discovered through just basic research on the principles of how learning works to actually help people today with, psychological blocks or challenges, whatever. How about something you might be familiar with animals? And I would like to argue it works with anybody. Clicker training, where we have a little device that will give instant feedback to our learner. This is a combination of classical conditioning principles and operant conditioning principles. So operant conditioning says that a rewarded behavior will be repeated. So what we want to do is reward our learner as quickly as we can after they display the desired behavior. So we want to give them some kind of reward. One of the things they learned very early on in learning theory is that if you satiate your learner, they'll stop performing because they're not getting their reward anymore. And so if you can figure out a way to reward your learner without actually giving them food or access to water or whatever it is that they're finding rewarding, that they could get satiated with, then you can get them to continue to display the behavior longer. So if we can switch them from, let's say you're training a dog and you're going to use food treats as your reward. Well, once your dog is full of food treats, they're not going to want to do the behaviors for you anymore. So if we can transition them off of food and onto something else, that would be to our advantage, right? So now that's where the classical conditioning component comes in. If we deliver a click followed by a food reward, the dog will come to associate the click with the food. And pretty soon that click will be as rewarding to the dog as the food is, because the dog is completely convinced that they're going to get food when they hear that click. So we use classical conditioning to pair the click and the food. And then pretty quickly we actually stop giving the dog the food, and now we just click the clicker and the dog will perform for just the clicker. I'm going to let you watch this video where he's training a bird, and he's still in the training phase, so he's going to follow every click with food. And this is how you make that association between the clicker and the food so that the animal ultimately will find the clicker rewarding. So enjoy this little training video.